Right, the time has come for the review of the Ben Hogan irons, my Ben Hogan irons. I reviewed these in Orlando, start of this year, and I've now own a set. I own a set of Ben Hogan irons. I'm sure you might have seen it on social media, on Facebook and Twitter. I've been slightly in love with these golf clubs. So ever since I tested them in Orlando, the feel, the flight, the looks, everything about them, I fell in love with instantly. Now, I want to talk to you about who they're still suited to, because I'm getting a lot of messages saying, oh, where do I get the Hogans from? I'm off this handicap, that handicap. I do want to talk to you in realistic terms, though, about the ability of these golf clubs. They're not superheroes of the golf world. They are just golf clubs still. Granted, I've fallen in love with them more from the looks than anything. So, unique selling things with these, or unique selling point, is that they all come in lofts. So they don't have numbers on the head, they come in lofts. So I've got the least lofted club is the 22 degree iron, which is my 4 iron. I then go 26, 30, 34, 38, 42, 46, 50, 54 and 58. So I go 4 degrees from my 4 iron all the way down to my 58 degree lob wedge. Ben Hogan, the super famous golfer, they've brought golf clubs out in the past. Different manufacturers, I believe it was Callaway in the past. They've now moved companies, so Ben Hogan have gone alone. And they've created irons now that just look so classic, it's untrue. Beautifully chromed, forged heads, but they are blades. Remember that, they are bladed golf clubs. It's the Fort Worth 15 irons, that's what they've kind of named it as, the Ben Hogan Fort Worth 15. It's got a V-sole on the bottom, so the bounce of the golf club cuts inwards and downwards on every iron, more in the higher lofted clubs, less in the lower lofted clubs. I got these custom fit when I was in Orlando, but you can get an online custom fit, which I've not been through the process of that, I must admit. I've not been through the process of that, so I don't know. It's hard when you've not really hit a golf club to know, is that golf club actually going to fit you? I don't know how that would work, I really don't. I got this in the KBS Extra Stiff Flex. This is the Tour V 120 gram Extra Stiff Flex, and then they come in a beautiful Lambkin grip. This is a kind of a Ben Hogan design Lambkin grip, blue and then the red top. They just look delicious, but they are small-headed clubs. They're not big-headed clubs. They're not offering forgiveness. I'm going to hit a 9 iron here. This is my 42 degrees. They're just so nice to hit. I must admit, it's hard not to really get tied up with these golf clubs, because if you hit them and middle it, instant love. Instant love, I can almost guarantee it. You will just fall in love. But they're still not offering loads of forgiveness on toe strikes, heel strikes. There's not a lot of padding around the head. They're not for mid to high handicappers. I'm going to put it out there, because I've had a lot of comments saying, playoff 17, should I be getting the Ben Hogan irons? No, you shouldn't. They're small clubs, they're tiny clubs, they're blades, they are bladed golf clubs. You won't go and buy a Titleist blade, so maybe, just because the Ben Hogan are beautiful, it's not going to make you play any better. And I must admit, I've probably become sucker punched into that, because I would probably need a little bit more forgiveness in reality, but love has prevailed on this situation. And they just feel amazing off the face. And that's the thing, if you look at that consistency. Oh. This is like a 9. And the very classic lofts. They're not strong lofts. So I'm not hitting these any further than what I would do. The pings that I had, I'm probably hitting them a tiny bit less, just because they're about a degree out in lofts, a degree weaker. Let's go one more with the 9. Let's see if I can just correct this just a little bit to the right. Oh, but they're just amazing. They just feel like they cut through just amazingly. And I've been on the golf course with them a few times now. You've seen some of the vlogs that I've done out on the golf course. Hard not to kind of really, get involved with these golf clubs, really start to love them. I'm going to move up to 7, which is the 34 degrees. And someone, I said, how do you remember all the lofts? Well, I kind of work off the 34 degrees. If I add the two numbers together, 3 and 4 equals my 7 iron. I kind of work from that then, 4 degrees either way. I'm just going to move myself a bit further back. Let's go back to about, probably about 175 is where I'm now hitting a 7, which probably is a couple of yards shorter than what I would do normally, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not massively bothered about the actual length of the shot. So this is a 7 iron, about 175 yards. So that was a toe golf shot. I hit that from the toe. Might come up a little bit short. Only a little bit, to be fair. Now I don't know though if that was toe, or whether it just felt a bit toey because they're small. I think more because they're small. I think sometimes if you don't middle it, absolutely middle it, where that instant love is found, I do think it kind of vibrates through your hands a little bit. Let's go a couple more 7s. That's on it. Very, very nice ball flight. You know, and I'm not saying these are hitting these shots for me. I'm not. I'm still swinging the golf club. I'm still making contact. I'm still making the right movements coming into the ball. But for me, it's built my confidence up hitting irons a little bit. You know, when you love a club, when you really do fall in love with the club, it does help boost your confidence a lot more. Let's go one more with the 7. And look at those 3, you know, all on the green. This is going in. Oof. You know, it's hard for me to say any bad words about them because they just feel right in the middle. They feel just amazing. But I mean, most clubs do, but I think with the forged head and because, you know, the looks wise and everything else, it just gives you that different feeling. It's beautiful. Let's go higher, let's go longer, let's go, I'm gonna go 22 degrees now. So I'm going to move back away from the pin a little bit further. So now I've moved down to 22 degrees, which is my 4 iron. I didn't get it in a 3 iron, I got it just in the 4 iron, and I'm working, like I said, all the way down to my 58 degrees. They have so many loft options in these clubs, it's untrue. So many loft options. So you can have literally every loft. I think it starts, I don't know what it starts at, maybe about 18, but every loft. Which is crazy because you can really, you know, fine tune your game. If you want a stronger 7 iron, you can have a stronger 7 iron. If you want a weaker one, if you don't have to call them 7 irons, I could effectively call my 30 degree club my 7 iron if I wanted to. I'm hitting 7. I could call it if I wanted to. I could, because some manufacturers do have 30 degree 7 irons, but I see it as my 6 iron. So this is 22 degrees. I'm 115 yards away from the pin. There we go. I'm glad I hit that shot. That was a bad golf shot. And I've not hit the green, that was a bad golf shot. I must admit, I've still done all right. But that's where I feel like if you were a mid-handicap or a high handicap, you're going to get punished. You're going to get punished. You are. I hope Ben Hogan bring out a more forgiving iron. I do. I absolutely do. Because I think it'd be waste if mid to high handicappers couldn't benefit from the feel of these golf clubs. And then you hit that and you're back in love again. It's crazy. They just feel different class. When you really catch them, they feel different class. Now, they always say, you know, blades are more workable. You can work a blade, you can fade it, draw it more. I've not particularly found that. I've not been able to shape the ball any more than what I have done previously with irons. But I think maybe looks-wise, it helps you modify the face a little bit more. So if you did want to open it, shut it, you can do. Let's try and actually play a fade. You know what I'm like with fades. Let's try and actually play a fade. So I'm going to set up to hit a little fade with the 4 iron. So I pretty much hit it straight. Fades aren't my forte, but the golf club's not going to make me fade it. It's not super powered, you know, it's not going to make me fade it. And again, I just want you to make sure, as much as I am absolutely telling you I'm in love with these golf clubs, I am not saying they're for everyone. I'm not. I really am not, because they're not suited for every single golfer on the market. As every iron's never going to be able to cover every golfer. They are bladed golf clubs. They are hard to hit. And I'm sure with every blade, it gives you that lovely feeling when you absolutely middle it. And the one thing that I do like about this setup, what I like about the setup, is that the club is always uniform. So now from my 4 iron all the way down to my lob wedge, I'm picking up the same looking club. So I'm picking up the same look of club. I'm not going from one manufacturer in irons and going to a different manufacturer in wedges. And even if you went for the same manufacturer, let's say you went to Titleist and you got a Titleist set of irons, you would then go into Titleist wedges, which are Voking, which look different again. This from the 4 iron down to the 58 looks the same, absolutely the same. It's obviously got a different finish on it, as in slightly more rounded with the higher lofted clubs, slightly more square faced and lower lofted. But when you pick up the golf club from the bag, you know the feel, you know the weight, you know that the length is the same, you know that the loft is accurate. You know, it does build you a lot of confidence. This is my 58 degree. And I have found with the 58 and the wedges that they spin, I wouldn't say probably the same as my Clevelands. So I had the Cleveland Rotex 2.0s, they were ridiculously spinny. I would just say they are good spinny wedges. I'm not saying the spinniest on the market, they are good spinny wedges. Now what I do like about this, sorry, I actually just chipped that perfectly into the net behind you. What I do like about the wedges is on the grip there's a couple of points. So there's a couple of circles on the grip which can help you if you want to judge your distance control better. So let's say I want to hit a full wedge, I can hold it at the top. If I want to hit a slightly knocked down one, I'll put my bottom thumb on the bottom circle. If I want to grip down it more, I'll put my right hand thumb on the bottom circle more. So I can now start to judge my distance control better just by changing the length of the club. And instead of it being a guesstimation, it's more accurate. So I know that I'm now always holding it at the bottom one, and if I do said swing, that ball will go X amount of distance. And that for me is really valuable for when you want to try and pitch it consistently. So obviously still forged head, they still feel amazing. It is hard for me to say bad things about them, but like I say, I just wouldn't say the suit's for everyone. Please don't make the mistake of being a mid-handicapper, high handicapper, and following the looks more than performance. Because looks of these clubs will win every time. They will suck you in, and you will be walking away with a new set of Ben Hogan irons, but potentially not hitting the ball any better. Okay, so I feel like now I have to put a little bit more dedication into the way I hit an iron shot, but you can see the way I've hit them there on screen. I don't feel like I hit irons better than that, straighter than that, more consistent than that. So why not? If I feel like I can hit the ball as well with a bladed set that feel amazing, look amazing, I'm going to go for it. Guys, I want you to stay tuned for something really exciting that I'm going to be doing, hopefully with Ben Hogan very soon, all about from social media standpoint. So to get involved in that, you've got to check me out on my Twitter page, Rick Shields PGA, my Facebook page, my fan page, I think they call it, it's Rick Shields. You've got to subscribe, become a free subscriber, and also comment down below and let me know what you think about the new Ben Hogan irons, but something hopefully very exciting coming soon with the Ben Hogan irons. Guys, thanks for watching. Please don't follow the looks as much as they are beautiful. Please be sensible when buying irons. Please make sure they are performance enhancing. That's the most important. They have to enhance your performance. Thanks for watching, guys. Ben Hogan, Fort irons, and the TK15 wedges. They'll be in my bag for a long time. Thanks for watching, guys, and we shall see you soon.